I know. You're the popular one. Everybody loves you and everyone's gonna hate me for this. I get it, okay? I get it. I've tried. I swear to God I've tried. I've tried to see things from your perspective. I can't, okay? Fine, you know what? Fine. Let's give it another shot. I'm tired of arguing. So let's just try again, okay? I'm probably being crazy anyways. What's up? My name's Chris Tellez. I'm a photographer and videographer based in Ontario, Canada. I mostly shoot portraits, events, weddings. If there is a person, I'm gonna photograph them. I've probably tried shooting on a 35mm lens like 50 times over the years. And every time I just feel like I want a 28 or a 50 or an 85 or anything other than that 35mm lens. Maybe it's just too difficult of a focal length for me. Maybe I just don't see the world like that. Maybe I'm just a hater on the 35mm. But no matter the reason, it seems like no matter what system I've been on over the years, I've always kind of skipped over that 35mm focal length. With one exception actually, which was the Fujifilm 23mm f1.4, the original one, which is a 35mm focal length equivalent. But even that didn't really last too long. But when I traded my Lumix camera for the Canon R5 and a 35mm f1.8, I made a decision. I promised myself that I would really give this focal length a try and figure it out so that I could add it to my arsenal and feel confident shooting with it. And after a few weddings, some family shoots, and a whole bunch of video work, I think I'm actually starting to get it. So it's enticing to try and talk about this particular 35mm lens, but I don't think that it's really about this lens in particular. It's more about me shifting into the type of photography where a 35mm makes more sense. Not because I've like reached 35mm level or something like that, but really just because I got this lens during a very busy couple of weeks in my photography life and I was kind of forced to use it. And because of that, I was forced to figure out how to make it work for me best in a way that I haven't really had the necessity in the past. So I guess it's sort of like immersion therapy for photography. But I want to get out there and take some photos. So if you're somebody who struggles with the 35mm focal length, maybe this will help you figure out how to put it into your workflow a little bit better and give you some inspiration, or at least allow you to commiserate a little bit. Okay, so it's 24 hours later and eagle-eyed viewers will be able to tell a little something different about me. I was gonna go out last night, but it started to pour rain, and then I remembered that actually today is the last day of the Baden cruising by the pond thing. I don't know what to call it. It's like a car show. People show up with all their classic cars, and I thought that would be kind of cool. So I'm gonna take you there. We're gonna take some photographs and talk a little bit more about why I love the Canon RF 35mm f1.8. Why it's been working for me, and we're gonna do it all on this GoPro because I have a GoPro now. Okay, so when I say that like it's never really worked for me, the 35mm focal length, what I really mean is that like I have had trouble composing with that focal length. It's not that I haven't liked some of the images I've gotten out of it, it's just that I've found it honestly just a little bit difficult. A little bit tricky to get nice photos, and if I have lots of time to take a photo, I can compose it well with 35mm. But I have found on things like wedding days and stuff like that, it's tricky. It's hard because if it's not how you normally see the world, it makes it more difficult to get those photos quickly and efficiently, and that's kind of the name of the game in something like weddings or events, which is what I shoot a lot of. So that guy didn't want me taking his photo, so you didn't see it. This was cool. I don't know anything about cars, but this is pretty. I think I'm drawn to red cars. You'll probably see throughout the video is that I take a lot of photos of red cars. But this was neat. This guy was like taking the roof off, and these dudes were just loving it. They were loving it. I don't know anything about all this kind of stuff, but it seemed cool. I mean, I don't know why a roof comes off like that. You might know if you know cars. But 35mm was actually perfect for this because it allowed me to capture a lot more of what was going on. On a 50, I could have just stepped back, but from where I was able to still get a little bit of what was going on. You can see the little like Baden sign in the background, all the other cars. It really does lend to environmental portraiture, which is what I really like. And typically I would use a 28mm for that, but in this scenario, using a 35 worked really well. And oh man, look how dreamy this car is. It looks, I don't know, looks like something the Karate Kid would have like worked on and cleaned up and then ended up photographing. What I liked about this was just getting that light coming in and seeing a little bit of what the sort of like bokeh does and the light leaks and stuff like that with, not light leaks, what's the word I'm looking for? I'll put it somewhere. I don't particularly like that photo. I liked the dude looking at it. I thought that was funny. This dude was great too. He was talking the whole time. I snapped a bunch of photos of him, but these were the ones I kind of like. This kind of off-kilter shot here, just after he waved, and yeah, he was chatting with an old dude about who was gonna win. This guy right here, chatting with him about who's gonna win the 50-50 draw, which is adorable. That's why small towns rule. Just playing with some composition here, trying to get a few different things, and then hey, I saw me, and I thought, I'll photograph me. Why not? There I am. Cool. Old trucks are neat. 35mm is neat too. So yeah, 35mm also is allowing for a little bit more to be in focus on that like plane there, which is kind of cool, so you can see a little bit more. I don't know, this guy seemed neat. He seems cool, right? You can tell he's cool because of all the stickers as well. Yeah, I've been really liking having this lens to be able to just capture a little bit more than I normally would. Normally I would just shoot everything a bit tighter, like that shot of the hand there. I shoot a lot of stuff like that, to be honest, but backing up a little bit, getting a little bit more in focus, and creating a composition that tells a little more of a story, I think is something that you can do with a 35 just as well as you can with a 50, but you know, obviously in tighter spaces it helps. I really liked these photos. I did two different focuses there, so one with the guy in focus, one without, and then some corn. And then me and this guy talked about corn and Arnold Schwarzenegger, and if I could win in a fight against him.
Took a picture of my corn?
Yes. I love that you're selling corn on the side. It's just nice. I just live down the street, and it's I just love that this is here every week, and it's nice to see. That's
historic. All. Yeah, you got memories in it.
Yeah, it's special. So it turns out, I guess I kind of like 35mm now. To be honest, I didn't really see that coming. I've talked a lot in the past with photography friends about how I just don't get the 35mm focal length. And you know, to a degree that's probably still true, but I'm getting better with it, and I'm getting to a point where I understand where I can use it effectively, and I'm actually reaching for it more often than I reach for like my 50mm in a lot of cases, which is strange because 50mm used to be my kind of go-to focal length, and in a lot of cases it still is, but I don't know, I feel myself branching out more, and it's kind of cool to have the opportunity to do that with a lens like this. So thanks for watching. Hope this was insightful in some way. Hope you got to see some photos you liked, or at the very least you got to have something to distract you for a few minutes from whatever it is you're distracting yourself from. All right, I'm out of here. Peace.